have Will from UDC asking, do you think if citizens, if citizens were told where in specific locations that COVID-19 is experiencing higher spikes, grocery stores, parks, etc., would that encourage people to adopt more social distancing and mask wearing?
Well, it might. It also might give people a false sense of security that if they didn't go to those places, they would be fine. And the reality is right now, we know that spread is happening, not just in public crowded spaces, but in private homes, through small gatherings. You know, you might have a birthday party and you all feel just fine, to our previous question. And you know, you're the one that imports it to your family. And so I think, you know, the safest thing right now is to just assume you have the virus. I've heard this somewhere and I thought it was brilliant. Just assume you have the virus, you know, and assume that you may infect people and act accordingly. Wear your mask, wash your hands, stay at home as much as possible. I know that that's not a positive message. It's not one that anyone wants to hear anymore, but I'm staying at home as much as possible. I go to work. I don't go to restaurants. I don't go to malls. You know, I go out as little as possible. I get food. I come home. Like, we really, all of us need to be embracing this idea that we're going to have to really keep our social circles small. Sure, you know what? If you absolutely have to see someone, you're living in the best province to do that, because you can do it outside. You know, maybe you could meet at a dog park and walk the dogs together. Maybe you could, you know, sit outside, socially distanced in a backyard, 6 feet apart in the outside, low risk. But, you know, once you start to come together in crowded, closed, contained spaces where aerosolized viral droplets are living in the air, the longer you spend in that space, the higher the risk that you could contract COVID or that you could spread it. So this is why I think, you know, that information is not necessarily all that helpful. I think what really people need to remember is we're not out of this yet, and we have to do this to protect each other.
Yes, I think that is a basic and important message to give.